It's morning. We're looking out into Galway Bay, which empties out into the North Atlantic Ocean. I'm on the Salthill Promenade, which is approximately 2.5 kilometers or almost 2 miles from the city center of Galway City. It's about 9:30 in the morning, late November here in Galway. And people go swimming here, which is impressive because it's probably high 40s right now, temperature-wise. It is sunny though. They got a diving board here. We're very close to the shore, so I'm surprised the depth is sufficient, but I guess they've tested it out. Beautiful sunrise, clear day here this morning in Galway Bay. I will not be jumping off that diving board this morning. Jump off from either side. There are some islands out in the distance in Galway Bay. One of these is Aran Islands, which you can visit via boat. And here ahead are some of the ambitious swimmers. Impressive, again, must be about 48 degrees today. There's a trail here that goes, I presume, for miles, or probably over to that island over there. I got things to do today, so I'm not going to walk the length of it, but looks like a pretty good area for jogging or exercising. Going behind me, I know it goes all the way into Galway City Center, so it's got at least 2 miles going behind me. I'm not sure exactly how far ahead it goes. Alright, so that's our brief walk through Salthill section of Galway. So we're going to head over to a seaside town called Clifden next. Alright, right now I'm in Clifden, which is a small town in the Connemara region of Galway on the west coast of Ireland. Clifden is the number 2 ranked small town in all of Ireland, so this should be pretty cool to see. It's only has a population of 1,200 people, which actually makes it the largest town in the entire region of Connemara and Galway. We're on Main Street. It's late November. It's a Monday, shortly afternoon, or actually is in the afternoon, probably about 12:30 to 1 p.m. right now. I just finished eating a late breakfast in off the square. They serve breakfast until 12:30. As for our Guinness, they do not serve alcohol this early. This is going on. Justice for Ukraine. But yeah, off the square does not sell alcohol at that time, which that's not the Ireland I knew. I remember as a child visiting here and my parents bringing me to a bar at 10 a.m. I believe it was, and I was off in the corner playing video games while they enjoyed themselves, but maybe not everywhere sells alcohol in the morning here. Oh, nice tourist town. They stopped for me as I walk across the street. It's a seaside town. Borders the North Atlantic Ocean. About an hour away from Galway City. And here's the main square. We're turning off of Main Street and going down Market Street. This town does not have the ancient origins of some of the other towns in this region of Galway. It started in 1812 when a man named Darcy was granted some land here. He built a castle, nearby Clifden Castle, that was completed in 1822, and we'll check that out later after this town walk. As a result of, you just step in the walkway here and the cars stop instantly. That's pretty cool. It's not like Vietnam. Getting back to the story, in 1822, enough people had grown around the town, or grown around the castle, that it became a town, which is where we are. And in the 1820s, there were a couple of dozen residents. By the end of the 1820s, around 1830, there was 185 residents and 23 pubs. So a good 8-to-1 ratio of people to pubs. That's how it should be. Throughout the 1830s, it grew and grew. And by the mid-1840s, there was over 1,000 residents here. And that's when the potato famine hit. And just about everyone from this town left and went to America. And it was basically became an abandoned town. It's grown back, and its current population is actually pretty much the same as it was in the 1840s. Right now, 1,200 people. Justice for Ukraine. It's about 49, 50 degrees today. A little bit windy, not as windy as yesterday. It is near the ocean here, so that will cause the breeze to pick up. In front of us are the Clifden waterfalls, a mere 2 blocks away from Market Street where we were just walking. Up ahead is one of 2 stone bridges that were constructed by John Darcy in 1819. This is the Station House Bar that was once the site of the railroad station here, which had 7 stops between here and Galway, but it was shut down in 1935. You can kind of see some remnants. It's a museum now, but you can see some remnants to the old train station here with the ladies' waiting room. In front of us is the Convent of Mercy that was active from 1855 till 2001. It served as a school and an orphanage here in Clifden. And just on the other side of the convent is St. Joseph's Catholic Church. First Mass performed here was in 1879 with various different architectural improvements happening over the next 20 years. It appears to be open, so let's check it inside. Well, St. Joseph's is not the oldest church here in Clifden. There's another one, though this one's Anglican, that dates back to originally 1820, though there was a fire, and this Christ church that we see in front of us was constructed in 1853. It's interesting that they had a church in 1820 when only a few dozen people were living here at that time. On the outside of the church, which is closed, there is a graveyard. And the founder of this town, John Darcy, and his family are buried here. You can kind of see the surrounding area here from Clifden. It's very mountainous in the region, in the Connemara region. According to the map, it's around here that Darcy and his family should be interned. Yeah, I think I found it. He died in the 1840s, so it's very hard to read it, but this is indeed for John Darcy, the founder of this town. And in the distance is the church we visited just a little while ago, St. Joseph's, which basically overlooks the town of Clifden that's below us to the right. This is the Clifden Town Hall, constructed in 1908 through financing from Americans who had emigrated. This is a monument in memory of Thomas Whelan, a native of Clifden. He was executed here in March of 1921 during the War of Independence against the British, accused of the murder of a British officer despite pleading innocent. All right, this has been Clifden. On to the next stop, which is Clifden Castle, about a 5-minute drive from here, I believe. I thought you could walk right up to the ruins, and maybe there's a way, but this gate that Google Maps directed me to is private. But you can see in the distance the Clifden Castle, where John Darcy resided, starting when it was completed in 1822. In a beautiful area here in Colorado. It fell into disrepair once he had passed away and left it to his sons, who had troubles with tenants and needed to sell it during the famine. So unfortunately that was the end of the active life of his castle, but it's one of thousands of castle ruins that are here in the country of Ireland. So I think that's going to be the end of our walk today. I'm going to drive along the Skyway Drive. If there's something to add to this video, I'll do so. But if not, this has been the Reuben Walker checking out from Connemara in Galway, County Ireland. Well, I said I might stop on the Sky Road. The Sky Road Drive is, those of you who've been to Hawaii, maybe something like the Road to Hana, a little bit shorter than that, but it takes you along the Atlantic west coast of Ireland in County Galway. Don't see a white horse every day. Hey, sheep. No, don't go away. Bah.